What's up, y'all? It is Heard. What is the word? And today we are going to be talking about a topic that I did not agree with once upon a time, about 2 years ago. But now I agree with the topic and I believe it is true. And I believe you should not stop playing video games. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's go back to when the PlayStation 5 first came out. I paid a good amount of money in 2019 to have a PS5 because it was hard to get a PlayStation 5. So I made a video about it, and the reason I bought the PS5 is because in my mind I knew it was gonna go viral. I wanted to do a unboxing PlayStation 5 video. So knowing that a lot of people haven't had the PlayStation 5 yet, I'm like, I've been doing YouTube for a minute. I know what's going to get views. I know what's not going to get views. Once I uploaded that video, I seen 1,000 views in 1 hour. Right now it's at about 58,000 views. I moved to Charlotte and I sold my video game. I think this was started the habit of selling my video game. When the PlayStation 5 was finna come out, I'm like, I might as well sell my PlayStation 4. So I sold my PlayStation 4. I did not have a video game for about two or 3 months, and that was hard. That was so hard going without a video game. But I kind of got used to not having a video game around, so I'm like, this ain't too bad. So I got the PlayStation 5, and that's when I made that video. And I moved to Charlotte, and I still had the same PS5. I would play 2K, and then I would get bored after an hour and cut it off. And then I would go to Fortnite, and I started having fun with Fortnite. I started having fun with Call of Duty. Call of Duty was fun, but the fact that I couldn't get into 2K, I knew something was wrong because 2K usually my favorite game. I like playing the franchise mode. I like all that. So I'm like, man, if video games getting boring to me, so I'm like, man, I might as well flip this. I might as well get into the reselling business and just start flipping items. So the first thing I started with was what? My video game. So I flipped my video game, made this amount of money, and I'm like, okay. So 4 months go by, I'm kind of used to it. I'm kind of used to it. So I'm like, bro, I'm bored. Let me go ahead and buy a PS5 again. Bought the PS5. That PS5 lasted about a few months. I sold the PS5 again. So I got another PS5 and I'm like, bro, okay, I ain't selling my PS5 no more. Boom. Guess what I did? I sold my PS5. You guessed it right. I sold my PS5. So ever since I sold that PS5, I never got it back. So what did I do now? I did not get a PS5, but I found some alternative ways. Once I sold that PS5, I noticed nothing ain't changed with me. I noticed that, and I'm gonna tell you, I noticed that once you get rid of gaming, I've been on both sides. Once you get rid of gaming, you realize that you just gonna fall into another habit because we are humans. We is not these type of people that just want to work. Just want to constantly work. We need something to help us get through life. So what them habits look like, you might be watching TV all day. I got the TV on right now. You might be watching TV all day. You might play Uno. You might play spell. You might gamble more. All you're going to do is fall to another habit. You might become more productive. Why? Because you might have been addicted to gaming more than the other habits. With the television, you might want to watch one movie and then feel good about yourself. You might like to talk about the movie, feel good about yourself. Then you do something and then you watch another movie later that day. So regardless, you are still wasting time some way, somehow. You might talk on the phone for hours because you don't have nothing to do. That's a habit. If you talking on the phone for hours, ain't no way you should be on the phone for a few hours almost every some type of hobby. You are still wasting time in some way. Let me tell y'all some facts about gaming or why y'all should not stop Gaming. Okay. Let me get into some facts. I wrote it down because these are facts. Everything was coming from my mind, but these are facts right here. So, number one, it will help you with problem solving skills, quick decision making, and strategic, however you want to say it, however you want to say it, it'll help with that. So we can use that. If gaming is helping with your problem solving skills, number one, problem solving. If gaming is helping with your problem solving skills, we have a lot of games on PlayStation, Xbox that you gotta find something. If you got a puzzle game, you gotta figure out that puzzle. So in the real world, it can help you with that. We all use these skills in jobs. And a lot of times we gotta have quick decision making. If a customer comes to you with a problem, you got to think quick. How can you solve this problem? Or should you get the manager? Should you do this? Should you do that? Okay, number two, social connections.
I got him. I got him. I'm finna get him. Got him. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Teamwork. Okay.
A lot of us like to vent, but when we doing gaming, you really don't vent too much. You really only talk about the gaming for real. In gaming, you make all types of different friends. You might meet your friends in real life, or they might just be your friends when you on the game. When we gaming and we have friends, it help us connect more because it feel like we didn't beat this together. We didn't beat that, man. We having so much fun. We is connected more. Chemistry when you are gaming is insane. Like, gaming period, if you playing Uno, like I said at first, it can help bring a couple together. So if Uno can help bring a couple together, then imagine what it'll do with friends. You just you gonna feel that connection. Why do we go bowling? To help build connection. Why do we play hide and seek? It's all a part of gaming, it's a game. You find that person, tag them. Why do we play Simon Says? It's just all the game. It help us connect. We having fun. We building chemistry. So social connections is important, especially when you gaming. A lot of times, me and my family get so connected. Sometimes we get into arguments because we always been competitive in our life. We always been gamers. We always been football players, basketball players. Social connections, it just brings people together. It can bring people apart, but it can bring people together. Number three, stress relief. You have a hard day at work. And a lot of my men can vouch for me. When you have a hard day at work, what you do, you come home and get on that game. Why? Because you is relieving stress. It take your mind away from the real world. That's the first thing we want to do. We do not want to come home and hear people yelling in our ear after a hard day. A lot of my men that play the game, you got your girl. You do not want to hear her all the time. What you want to do, you want to play that game. You don't got time to hear all that clean up, do this, do that. Even though you should do that. We just want to take our mind off of these managers and take our mind off these bills for right now. We gotta take care of that. But gaming can help us, bring us back to ourselves. It can help motivate us. It can help motivate us to say, man, I'm finna go ahead and do what I said do. I'm not stressed no more. I'm finna go ahead and do these ditches. I'm finna go ahead and clean up now. Then you can get back on the game. But I believe when you have a hard day and you come on that game, it kind of bring you back. It kind of get your energy going, kind of get you back flowing, and then you be like, okay, I'm ready to tackle the world again. That's how I feel. I don't know about you. That's how I feel. So y'all gotta feel the same way. It help relieve stress. Number four, creativity. What game can I use for creativity? I'ma say Sims. Back then we used to always play Sims. We used to build stuff. We used to have this color on the wall, and then we'll bring in the family, and then we'll have this layout. You get what I'm saying. So we created our own house. They got that on iPhone, Android phones, your tablets and stuff like that, where you can download a game like the City. I think it's called the City. I'm not really sure, but it's a game called the City. And what you can do is you can build a whole city up. You know, but like I'm saying, it's helping us create. So once we see how we can build a city in a game, we like, okay, we can apply it to the real world now. So I know in a video game I had this building over here. So I'm thinking about if I should, I should do the same thing when I'm building this. Once you start building your own house in the real world in your head, you're gonna be like, man, I did that in Sims and it looked good, and now I think I want to paint that red. It help you think outside the box. It help you be more creative. I can think of more ways like what's that game that kids play? Minecraft. Minecraft is creative thinking right there. I never really played Minecraft, but just I can just tell like it takes some imagination right there. It takes some creative thinking. Fortnite, it takes some creative thinking when you building and stuff like that, and they trying to shoot you. You think of creative ways how you can, you think of what building to go to. Like, man, he can't shoot me over there. Let's go over there. Da da da. These are facts. These ain't my opinions. These facts right here. Number 5 is career opportunities. Let's say we was in the early 2000s and you told your mom, man, hey, I want to be a streamer when I grow up. I want to just play video games to get paid. Your mom or dad, whoever your guardians, gonna look at you crazy. They gonna be like, what you just say? You better do your homework. Da da da. You better do this, do that. Which you still should do your homework. If you're in school, you still should do your homework. But this can be your career path right here. Once you do your homework, study, you can get on that game and help, solidify your career. So you can help build your career. You can help build your resume and stuff like that when you get on the game. If you told your parents that you want to be a streamer or whatever, they would look at you crazy. They'll be like, man, there ain't no streamers around here. You better get to doing your homework. Stuff like that. So now we in 2024. You can do that now. We got Twitch. You got people on YouTube making money. People. You got people getting promotions and stuff like that Fortnite player that I used to know. I don't know where he at right now, but Ninja. He was getting a lot of viral moments. He was getting paid on YouTube, Twitch. He was getting paid on all this. Now you got a lot of different gamers and they having platforms and they getting paid now. You can have career opportunities. You can do esports. You can do all these games and go. You get paid and have viral moments too. So career opportunities is facts. Damn facts right there. Before you put that game down, just think about all the things that it help you with. From my experience, once I put that game down, I noticed that I was constantly thinking about it. It was times where I ain't have a game for a month, and I would just do different things. A lot of that can be just being on YouTube, just looking at videos for hours. I would still be productive, but I noticed that I'm still, on YouTube 24/7. It's just too addictive. So when you quitting your game, I believe you just gonna fall into another habit. And it's better to have a habit than doing negative stuff for us, smoking to get rid of stress, doing different negative things that can impact your life. So gaming is not a negative thing to me. It's a positive thing to me because at least you're not in the streets, or you're not letting drugs take over your life. You're not letting alcohol take over your life. So before, also for the people that's telling others to quit game and do something else, before you say that, especially if you parents, before you say that, just know that it's better than doing all the rest of the stuff I said, because you don't want to have your kids so bored, or you don't want to be so bored that you fall into a bad habit. or you just start eating because you're stressed out. I feel like gaming help, relieve the stress, but sometimes to relieve stress, we find ourselves eating candy. We find ourselves eating a whole bunch of food because it tastes good. So food can make us happy a lot of times. Before we put that controller down, just think about the positive things, the facts I just said. The skills we can gain, the social connections, the creativity we can do, the stress relief, and the career opportunities we can get from this. So, just something to think about. Like I said, I've been on both sides and I know how I feel. I know how I feel to be bored and fall into different habits still. And I know how I feel to have a game and have all this type of energy once I know that I complete a mission and stuff like that. I gain a lot of energy. I'm more happy. I notice. If you think about selling your game, just think about reducing your time if you want to sell it and you think you will have a positive impact from selling that, then go ahead and do it. If you don't think so, if you think you're gonna constantly miss your game, then just reduce your time, put it away. Just limit your time. Just set goals for yourself. Say, I just want to do this for an hour. I just want to play the game for 2 hours. I just want to play the game for 3 hours. Whatever your goal is, that's what your goal is. But just make sure you taking care of business. If you got homework, go ahead and do your homework. If you have a major project, go ahead and do that major project first, and then if you want to utilize your time, if you want to spend the rest of your time just playing games, long as you got everything done, long as you worked out, long as did what you, long as you eat 3 times, 2 times a day. Don't get skinny like me, Don't do that, Also, just stay fit. I believe that I am fit, So just stay fit. Do whatever you got to do to make sure you take care of your business. I'm a preach that. Make sure you take care of your business, first. And then if you want to spend the rest of your time, reward yourself, spend the rest of your time on the game, go ahead and do that. It's your life, The people that's saying get rid of games, they got other habits also. People will tell you stop drinking soda, but they over here drinking alcohol and smoking weed and stuff like that. I'm just keeping it real. You feel me? I gotta keep it 100. If you telling people da da da, but you doing something else that's still impacting your health. You telling them to go on this diet, but you still be having sugar on the side. I'm just saying a habit is a habit. Everybody got some type of habit. We ain't perfect, but it's worth it. But I'm out of here.